Clutch Sports Talk. Let's go. Happy Thanksgiving Day, everyone. It's me, your boy Ryan Flowers, aka Clutch Sports Talk. Welcome to a special Thanksgiving Day edition of NFL Sunday Morning with me, Ryan Flowers. Hope you guys are doing well. Good morning, good afternoon, wherever you are listening, man. Hey, it's Thanksgiving. We got lots to be thankful for. We got football. At least we got two solid games. I don't know about the first one, but we'll talk about all of them today before these games get kicked off. So, hey, sit back and relax and enjoy the show. This is NFL Sunday Morning with me, Ryan Flowers. Do I got to say it? Let's go. Happy Thanksgiving, everyone. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are with each other and with your family, friends, whoever you're sharing this special holiday, Thanksgiving. You know, we all come together. We all sit around the TV. We sit around the table. We got family members we ain't seen in quite some time, or we're meeting new family members, whatever the case may be. One thing that usually brings us all together is football. And we got 3 games in store for you guys today. We got the Chicago Bears traveling to the Motor City Motown to face the winless Detroit Lions. Also a big game in the afternoon matchup. The Las Vegas Raiders traveling to Dallas to take on the Dallas Cowboys in a big game for both teams, I would say, but more specifically, the Dallas Cowboys have a lot on the line, especially moving forward in the next couple weeks. And finally, tonight, the battle in the Bayou, the New Orleans Saints coming off a tough loss against the Philadelphia Eagles. They got another team that's coming off a bad loss, the Buffalo Bills. That game is going to be played in the Superdome in New Orleans. You know it's going to be on and popping, and as it should be, right? So, hey, if you're new to my show, if you're new to this whole Clutch Sports Live, hey, this is what I do. I appreciate everyone that's in here. Make sure if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel, man. I'm trying to keep that thing going. And I appreciate everyone that has supported me already and for those in the future. And if you're in the comments, man, hey, say what's up, man. Hey, we got some people already in there. We got my boy Charles Harris. What's up, man? Realest cowboy in the house, man. He says, yes, Ryan, this is so awesome. Hey, appreciate you, man. Hey, I sent you a text. Get back at me, dog. What's up, man? But happy Thanksgiving to you. And also another super fan right here, David Herrera. This is my guy, man. He's one of the original people that has followed me throughout the year when I first started this whole Clutch Sports Talk Live thing, man. Appreciate him as usual. Hope he's tapped in already. We got my boy Bryson Carver from the Carving Up podcast. Happy Thanksgiving to you, my brother. Hoping for the Cowboys win. Me too, man. Me too. I'm ready. Also, my boy Derek Pete. We not winless. Well, yeah, you are winless because you ain't won a game yet. So if you haven't won a game, you are by definition a winless team. But happy Thanksgiving Day to you, my brother Pete. Hope you guys get a dub today. Hope you guys get a dub. And he also says happy Thanksgiving too, man. Hope everyone's doing well, man. So we already got the comment section popping. It's gonna be live, legit. So sit down, pull up a chair. For those of you in the East Coast time zone, get a little drink. Or maybe if you're a heavy drinker, maybe you want a mimosa if you're on the West Coast. But anyway, we got lots to get into today. Who else we got popping in here? We got Jonathan Schussler, man. What's up, man? Happy Thanksgiving. Better pregame show than hey, appreciate that, man. Thanks a lot, man. Hey, I'm feeling the love today, man. I'm Thanksgiving. I am so thankful for everyone hopping in, spending their time with me just for a couple moments before these games get kicked off. But without further ado, man, let's get into the first game. Listen, you can see the title. Who cares, right? Who really cares other than people that are Chicago Bear fans or Detroit Lions fans, right? So we got a game today. We have 2 embattled coaches, right? Let's start with Matt Nagy on the first hand. When he first got the job, he was there with Mitchell Trubisky. They thought he was this offensive guru. It didn't really work out. Mitch Trubisky's out. He's in Buffalo now as a backup. Then they go up and they draft Justin Fields. By all accounts, including myself, I thought when they made the decision to move up and get Justin Fields, they were going to give him the keys to the team. Let him be the starting quarterback, regardless if you had signed Andy Dalton prior to the draft. And then I think they had Nick Foles too before then. But season comes up, Andy Dalton gets the start, and I'm thinking, wow, what is this guy doing? And there's been decision after decision after decision that has led the Bears to where they are now. Now, Khalil Mack, he's out for the rest of the year. This offensive line is not good at all. And I get it. A lot of experts say, well, why would you throw Justin Fields behind a line that can't block? And I understand that. And I get that. And you don't want to damage him before he even has an opportunity to really get going in the league. I say, screw all that. I get the line sucks. But you see a lot of young quarterbacks today, man. They're doing it despite having great offensive line. Period. Now, it does help to have, obviously, it's a big deal to have a great offensive line. But you got to be able to scheme better. And Matt Nagy, to me, just has not done a great job. He's been back and forth. He's been flip-flopping. Andy Dalton, Nick Foles, Justin Fields. Justin Fields, I feel like, can play in this league. I don't think he's been given a great opportunity to learn the playbook from the jump, right? And that's a big problem. And that's a huge problem when you talk about a young talent. Because look, we've seen a lot of young quarterbacks today come into the league day one and rip it up, period. This ain't 1996 where a guy's got to sit 4 or 5 years before he gets an opportunity. Listen, guys, and I coach youth football. Kids today have more access and resources to a lot of coaching and type of development type of things, right? I mean, kids have quarterback coaches from when they're 5 and 6 years old. They have training. They got virtual reality. This ain't like back in the day, you just throw the, you go in the front yard or the backyard with your dad and you throw the football. It's different now. Yeah. These kids are well equipped and well more prepared for the league today than they were 20 years ago. So you can't tell me, you can't tell if a guy has it or doesn't have it within the first couple games, right? And some people say, well, that's not true. Look at Patrick Mahomes. Yes, Patrick Mahomes did sit, but listen, I think Patrick Mahomes would have been all right if they had threw him in there in the first place. And maybe it would have sped up there. So they could have had 2 Super Bowls, maybe 3 Super Bowls up at this point if they had started him from the jump, right? So listen, and my boy David has a really good comment. He said, Fields coming from Ohio State should have prepped him for, yeah, exactly. These guys are not even from Ohio State. He went from Georgia. And if you follow him back all the way to high school, these high school programs are just as legitimate as some college programs. Like the stuff that they're running, the college game has definitely influenced the NFL, especially with the RPO. And this guy's a mobile quarterback, okay? There are very seldom drop back quarterbacks, traditional drop back quarterbacks that we have in the National Football League. Now, they're out there, but honestly, you have to be somewhat at least athletic. I'm not saying you got to be crazy athletic like Lamar Jackson, but you got to be somewhat a little bit athletic to play the position moving forward. So I think Matt Nagy, that whole the GM there, they blew it, and I think he needs to be out of here. And I know in Chicago they're chanting, fire Nagy, fire him, get him out of there, and they should, because honestly, this guy has wasted a whole season, right? If you draft the kid, play him. Come on, Andy Dalton? Are you kidding me? You mean Justin Fields cannot outplay Andy Dalton? At least you got to see what you got. So he's got to go. Now, let's stay on and stay in that same division. Let's move over to the Detroit Lions. Now, Dan Campbell was hired. I don't know if the Lions thought they were in the NFL or the WWE. Now, if I needed like a manager ringside for a WWE event or wrestling match, Dan Campbell's my guy. He would be the pallbearer to the Undertaker, right? He's that kind of guy, right? Talking about biting kneecaps and this and that, and we're not giving up, brother. Oh, yeah, brother. You know what we're gonna do, brother. Like, okay, that's great and all. And that may work in high school and college, but we're talking about the NFL. And the Lions, I don't know what it is, man. They're one of those organizations, they just can't get it right either. I don't know if it's because of the family that owns the organization, but they definitely need to. And I thought they were going to do a good job when they hired the GM, African American. I forgot the guy's name. Maybe he was going to switch it up. Nah, it's the same, man. It's the same. And honestly, Dan Campbell, to me, what is, if you want to talk about nepotism, listen, on what planet does Dan Campbell deserve a head coaching job in the National Football League? I think there are a lot of other capable guys. They don't have to be black or white, Hispanic, Asian. It doesn't matter. But where I don't understand his resume, right? Yeah, he played for the Cowboys. I think he was an interim coach for the Miami Dolphins a couple of years ago. Look, the Lions need a lot of help, and that's not even throwing shade at the Lions. Like, they need a lot of help. They don't know who their quarterback is. Jared Goff, obviously, he ain't it. Jared Goff will be a backup at some point in his career. I believe he gets to start today, so I don't know. The offensive line, I don't know. You might have a running back in DeAndre Swift. You have no wide receivers for the most part. Your defense is this playing hard thing, it's great, but at the end of the day, you need talent in the NFL, and they don't have a lot of talent. And they're going to be picking up there again. I'm not sure what the move is for them. I'm not even sure why Dan Campbell would even be considered to come back next year. And this is the crazy thing about it. I forgot the name of the coach. And you Lions fans, if you're out there, oh God, he was the African American coach. He was there for a while, and they let him go even with after a winning season. I forgot his name for a minute. I just drew blank. If you let him go, and then you had guys like Matt Patricia there for like 3-4 years, and if you let Dan Campbell stay 2 or 3 years, what does that mean, man? What really? What does that mean? Uh, my boy David Herrera says, I say the Lions need Jesus, but Jesus get them in. Dan, that's tough. If you're saying Jesus, who died on the cross, if you believe in Christianity, Jesus died on the cross, he couldn't come back and help and resurrect the Lions. That's tough, man. That's tough. But I cannot remember the name of the Lions coach who was there for quite some time. God, I forgot his name. I forgot he was a Tony Dungy disciple. So let me know in the comments what's that guy's name. But I mean, I'm gonna be moving on from there. But listen, this game comes on in like 15 minutes. Who's really watching this game? I know I might turn it on for a little bit, but then again, I might go, we'll do something else. So I don't know. But anyway, all right, moving on. Big afternoon game. Cardinal. I don't know. I forgot his name. Somebody Google that for me. Caldwell. There you go, Rich. Rich Sablon. Hey, thanks for checking in, brother. Yeah, Rich Sablon. Yeah, Caldwell. I was gonna say Bobby Caldwell, but that's a singer. He sings that song, "Do for Love What You Won't Do." That's Bobby Caldwell, but not him. That's his brother. Anyway, moving right along, man. Happy Thanksgiving to you, my brother. Hope you guys are doing well. Go Chargers, right? Anyway, big afternoon tilt. My Cowboys at home taking on the Las Vegas Raiders. This is a big game, a very, very big game for the Cowboys. Why? Because look, man, then if you watch my show on Monday night, they got a rough next couple of weeks ahead of you. Them. They got the Saints on the road next week, and then they follow up with 2 division games against the Washington football team, and okay, the New York Giants, maybe not so much, right? But this is a huge game for the Cowboys because look, those Eagles, who we thought are going away, they're not. They're winning games, and it looks like they're kind of figuring out what they are about. They're going to run the football. That's what they're going to go do. That's their identity. Nick Sirianni has figured out their identity, and now the Eagles might be in the mix. And I wouldn't be as concerned, but right now, today, no CeeDee Lamb. He's been ruled out. Still no DeMarcus Lawrence. No Amari Cooper. Zeke is battling a leg injury. Listen, and then you're coming off of a tough game. You played Sunday, 4 days later, and you're playing today. Look, and the Raiders, listen, I'm not going to say the Cowboys should be favored. They should win this game by a long shot. For what we know about this season, listen, it's so unpredictable, man. We don't know who's going to win. Up is down, down is up. We don't know. All I do know is that the Cowboys need to come into this game and take this thing seriously, regardless of what the record is for the Las Vegas Raiders, who they've lost to, how they've played. One thing for sure, we know their defense is not good. They can still put the ball up. They still got Darren Waller. They still got Bryan Edwards. They can still run the ball somewhat formidably. Listen, this is a big game. And the Raiders are going to be up for this game. It's Thanksgiving. You're on national TV, right? So Dak needs to play well. He needs to stop overthrowing guys. Kellen Moore, run the football. Run it. Okay? Run it behind that line. Good thing Tyron Smith comes back today so we can move Terrence Steele back over to right tackle. And for the love of God, please put La'el Collins somewhere in the guard position, preferably left guard, to replace Connor Williams or Connor McGovern. Both Connors need to go, right? So, look, this is a huge game by all magnitude, because if you lose this game, you go into about a next month or so where the games are going to be tougher, man. It's going to be tougher. And if you're the Cowboys, you have to have some sense of urgency. You can't just say, oh, well, we're up 2 games ahead in the division. Listen, you cannot afford to start losing these games, right? You can't, because playoff positioning is based upon this. Hell, who knows? The Eagles might even get hot again and keep winning games. And listen, we play them at the end of the season. That game, if the Cowboys keep losing, that game could decide the division. So you got to play now. Obviously, it's still November. There's still a lot of games to be played, but the Cowboys finish up the end of the year with a lot of division games. They will play the Washington football team twice in the next 2 months. Obviously, you got the Eagles again, and then you got the Giants, and then you got the Cardinals, who are number one in the NFC right now. Right. So you got some games to be played, especially you don't want to slip past that 4th spot. You want to be a division winner. You want to play that first home game in the playoffs at home. You do. You do. And as far as the Raiders are concerned, listen, the Raiders, a lot has happened this season for them. they've got from their head coach to, I mean, even the stuff prior to that, and this is not negative, Carl Nassib coming out, with his gender preference, whatever it is, right? I'm not saying that's a negative, but they just have a lot going on. Obviously, Gruden, you got the Henry Ruggs, you got the Damon Arnett situation where he's posting guns. Like they got a bunch going on, man. They got a bunch of stuff happening. And listen, one thing I will say is that they have, since Gruden is gone, their physicality is lacking. Interim coach right now, Bisaccia. Look, I don't know, man. He might be a nice guy. I know he was a special teams coach, if I'm not mistaken, in Dallas a couple of years ago, before he went to Las Vegas. This team they're soft right now. I'm watching them in the trenches. They are getting beat up. And if the one thing the Cowboys need to do today is pound them. One thing going for them, Derek Carr still turning the ball over a little bit, but it's not all his fault, man. There's a lot of stuff going on there. But this could be a sneaky game. It could be a trap game, right? You never know what you're going to get, especially if the Cowboys want to kind of change the stigma about them. They're not ready for the big moment. You got to win games like this. Obviously, they had an opportunity last week in Kansas City to do so. They didn't. They fell on their face. Look, you have another week. That's what's so great about the NFL. You have another week to ratify certain things. And so here we are again. They lost to the Broncos at home convincingly. Next week, they get back on track with the Falcons. They lose another tough one. Look, there was a lot of good to take away, especially from the defensive side of that Chiefs loss. Defense played tremendous, but listen, I got the Cowboys winning this game. They got to win this game. They got to. So, like my boy said, David Herrera, he says 2 games in 11 days, 2 back-to-back Thursday games. Yeah, it's rough. It's hard out there, man. So I don't know. We'll have to wait and see what happens. But keep those comments coming, guys. I appreciate you. So the final game for tonight, and this is a quick show. This is just a quick little, wet your beak type of show. Battle in the Bayou, man. We got the New Orleans Saints taking on the Buffalo Bills at home. Both teams coming off of losses. More convincingly, the Buffalo Bills got thrashed at home by the Indianapolis Colts, mostly by Jonathan Taylor, who arguably is one of the best, if not the best running back in the league so far this year. Obviously, if Derrick Henry was playing, those two would be competing for that. But, the way I was watching that game, that dude, man, he's got great lateral movement and burst. But I'm here to talk about the Bills and Saints. And so let's start with the Bills. So you're coming off a bad loss at home. A lot of people into the season had them like as a Super Bowl contender, right? The NFL season is a marathon. And right now the Buffalo Bills, I was just thinking the same thing. David says Bills are a sinking ship. They are so one-dimensional. And it's so obvious that their defense is strong. Don't get me wrong. And what happened last week was an outlier, right? I mean, last week it was so funny. The best defense got ran over in the league, and then one of the best offense got shut out. So who knows, right? It just goes to show in the NFL, any given Sunday, anybody can win or anything can happen. Buffalo Bills, Allen, everyone, it was, oh my God, I loved Josh Allen. Oh my God. I mean, just swinging from the Raptors, right? This guy is the best. So, where are we at now with him? I'm not saying he's trash. He's still a talented individual, can throw, has a strong arm, but they have no running game. And if that defense starts to crack a little bit or give up points the way they did, they can't do anything. And right now, the way the Chiefs are playing, I'm pretty sure if the Chiefs play them again, the Chiefs will win that game easily. Because trust me, the Chiefs remember that game where they lost on a Sunday night to the Buffalo Bills, where the Bills played a great game, right? That's kind of like when the Chiefs were struggling, but it seems like the Chiefs may have figured it out. So what are we going to do about them? The Saints. To me, the Saints are very interesting because, listen, Trevor Simeon's the quarterback. They're not going to get it done with him. They're just not. I honestly thought that they probably should have went and tried to get a Cam. Maybe. I don't know if Cam makes a big difference, but they don't really have a quarterback. Taysom Hill, really, is he a real legitimate quarterback? No. And they just signed him to like a $40 million extension. Who knows? That defense is still good. The home field advantage is still good, but I don't know if they have enough Uh, Good for them. I think they do get Alvin Kamara back tonight, so maybe that should help them if they can start running the ball. Maybe help out Trevor Siemian, but they're not the same Saints that we remember with Drew Brees running down the field, throwing it to every, they're just not that. They're banking on their defense winning games, in which they can still do that. But Trevor Siemian, obviously, listen, he's a backup, and you're asking him to play multiple games to win. It's not like Drew Brees or Jameis Winston is coming back through those doors anytime soon. They're not. They're not. So this team definitely has some questions. Moving forward, and it starts tonight. I mean, they're in playoff. If I'm not mistaken, they would be the 7th seed right now if the playoffs started. So they're in the show, they're in the dance. Can they stay there? Because they got the Bills tonight, and then they got the Cowboys rolling into next week. So those are 2 back-to-back tough games against teams that are, people would consider playoff contenders, right? Maybe not so much Super Bowl contenders right now because of how those 2 teams have been playing, but definitely teams that you don't want to blink an eye on because they'll beat you. So, listen, I don't think the Saints have enough. Even though I don't like the Bills, this one is tough for me. I don't know who I really would pick for this game. I know that place will be jumping. It's Thanksgiving. It's in New Orleans. They're going to be ready to go. I just don't know if Trevor Siemian is going to be the guy. But a part of me deep down says the Saints will probably go ahead and get this game just because I feel like Alvin Kamara is going to help them out tremendously. And I think if he plays last week, they may have a shot, but he didn't play. But we got to see how well he's healed up. David says Saints need to keep losing. Yeah. I mean, the one thing about losing this year, there really isn't a standout quarterback. That's the one thing about this draft class. If you were going to get a quarterback, it would have been last season or the last draft. Right now, the highest rated guy, I don't even know, the kid from Liberty, Malik Johnson or something. I couldn't even tell you. I haven't even done any of my research yet on that, but it's not a very strong quarterback class this year. So that's why teams that needed a quarterback, you're kind of screwed, like the Dolphins. The only thing you can maybe try to go do is work a trade for Deshaun Watson. That's about it. So, and there's going to be a lot coming with that after that happens anyway. So I'm not sure what they're going to do, but anyway. So those are all the games. We're about 8 minutes away from the first kickoff between the Bears and the Detroit Lions, man. Thanks for hanging in there for you guys. Thanks for being in the comment section. Happy Thanksgiving to everybody. But before I get out of here, I was thinking last night and I had a dream. I was like, man, you know what? If I had a party, a Thanksgiving Day party, and I wanted to invite some of my favorite athletes, right, or people involved in sports to my Thanksgiving Day table, who would I have? And so I came up with this. This is the Clutch Sports NFL Sunday Morning Thanksgiving table. So these are some of the athletes that I've admired or followed or people in sports that I've watched throughout the years. And these are the people I would love to have at my table. So you guys think about who would you have at your table, right? So obviously Dak is a Cowboy, so he usually plays on Thanksgiving Day, right? But if for whatever reason Dak was not there anymore or it was available to head over, he would definitely have a seat at my table. Why? Dak is a great conversationalist. I think he's polite. He's very courteous, I would say. And he's a Dallas Cowboy. So I got to have him on there, right? That's my guy. Yeah, David, got to have prime time, but I got to have Jerry Curl prime time. Not today, even though I like and I appreciate prime time, the coach, I need Jerry Curl prime time. Got to have him there. He might have to wear a shower cap because I don't need all them extra juices getting on my turkey or my ham or in the gravy or the mashed potatoes, right? So got to have Jerry Curl prime time. That's why I put that particular picture, because I feel like Jerry Curl prime time would have been he'd be more lit. I mean, even though Dion today is very excitable, but I would have loved to his spoke with Jerry Curl prime time. He just seems like an interesting guy with all the gold chains, and I would like to talk to him about his rapping career. Obviously, rest in peace, Kobe Bryant. Would love to have him at my Thanksgiving table just because of the thoughtfulness, his articulate, the way he spoke, and this is mindset. I would love to get his knowledge, especially around the holidays. David says his hair looks wet, but it's dry, right? That's what he said. But I don't know. Just to be on the safe side, I probably should have put him at the lower end of the table next so much not to the turkey. But back to Kobe Bryant, I gotta have him at my table. I'm a Laker fan. I'm born and raised in LA. Kobe Bryant is definitely, if not my favorite basketball player of my generation. Obviously, I was born in the 80s, so I saw Michael Jordan, but Kobe for me, he played in LA, he won championships in LA. I feel like Kobe is LA. When I think about LA, I think about Kobe, the Lakers, those teams. So definitely would love to have Kobe at my table, man. That would be an honor, right? We talked about Jerry Curl primetime. Gus Johnson. Who would not want to have Gus Johnson bringing in the turkey? Like the way this guy is so lit on his telecast, like he's got to be at someone's party. Gus Johnson, I've been watching him forever. He was on CBS. He bounced around a lot. He's finally found a home at Fox. One of the greatest commentators that people don't even give credit to. Like, honestly, I love what I could literally watch him call any game. It could be badminton. It would be fun to watch because Gus Johnson makes it so much fun to watch. So definitely have to have Gus Johnson at my Thanksgiving Day turkey table. Marshawn Lynch, I mean, he's a national treasure. So he probably bring the Skittles and some Hennessy, which I'm down for. That's cool. I'm of age. I can get down, and especially if it's the white Hennessy. You got to get the pure white Hennessy from Puerto Rico. So I'm pretty sure Marshawn has some connections like that, you know. And then we can listen to him talk about his mentals and save his chickens. Got to definitely have him. What's David's got to say? He says, "I'm an '86 baby. I saw MJ too. I saw MJ in his prime. Kobe I saw from the beginning too. Yep. And that's part of the reason why I didn't want to have MJ because even though he's a great basketball player, I think he's kind of a dick. And maybe Kobe's kind of a dick too, but it's all good. I'm from LA. I got to put Kobe on there. So Marshawn Lynch definitely had to come. He got to show up. He got to represent. You know, get some turkeys. Yeah, get some game turkeys away from the hood. Yep. And then right below Marshawn Lynch, Lewis Hamilton. For those who watch my show, know I love Formula One racing. Lewis Hamilton is my favorite F1 Formula One racing driver. He's tremendous. He's an 8-time world champion, looking to get his ninth. Probably in the next 2 races. He's in a battle right now with the Red Bull team with Max Verstappen. So the next race, I believe, is in Saudi Arabia. So the next 2 weeks are big in Formula One. It's a fun sport to watch. It's a rich person sport. Don't get me wrong. Like as far as watching it and like, but it's definitely a sport I love watching, and I love watching Lewis Hamilton, even though he's British, right? He's from England. He's from I don't know where he's from exactly in England, and they don't celebrate Thanksgiving. But listen, he can always come over, chill out, hang out. You know, he's got that. You always gotta have that one dude with that cool English accent, and he's that guy. Gotta have him on there. Next guy is Dwayne Johnson, The Rock. Like The Rock, when I used to watch wrestling heavy, The Rock was my favorite wrestler of all time. So he's put out so many shows that I've loved and watched, and even movies. So I gotta have him at my table. I mean, it's The Rock. I mean, if you smell what The Rock's cooking, he's got to be at the table. So gotta have him there. LeVar Ball. And a lot of people are like, why do you have him there? Look, for as much crap as he talks, man, I respect LeVar Ball as a father, because I'm a father, as an African American father as well. You know, he was able to get all his boys at least to play professional basketball. Two of them are in the NBA, and maybe Jello might get there at some point. So even though he talks a lot, if you put aside that, man, what he was able to manifest, you got to respect that. Even though his shoes are whack, they're overpriced, I wouldn't buy them, but I respect the hustle. And LeVar Ball definitely, and his family can come too. I just didn't have enough room at the table for them. They could be at the other table, but he can definitely be at the table. And finally, yeah, Lisa Leslie was sexy. Listen, when I was growing up, I used to go to Summer League in LA. Summer League isn't what it is now, right? You see it on TV. They play it here in Vegas. Summer League was in these little hot gyms in USC, like a high school gym. And I used to watch Lisa Leslie play. And she's from LA. She grew up in the Inglewood area. She dropped 100 points in a game. 100 points in a game. She's a baller, and I mean, she's tall. She's a tall glass of water. And back in the day, I used to have like a little crush on her. So I gotta have Lisa Leslie. And and she's smart and she's talented as well too. So I gotta have the woman's touch there. There were some other guys that I thought about putting in there. Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He's a soccer player from Sweden. He's a character. For those you don't know, he's in the house. He's just not at the main table. Wayne Gretzky was going to make the table because I love hockey too. I love watching hockey. And growing up in LA, I was a huge Kings fan, and Wayne Gretzky was definitely was one of my favorite hockey players of all time growing up, especially in as the Kings. Simone Biles is on the list as well too. But yeah, oh yeah, but yeah, I did see her live, David, when I was younger. I was younger. She would play. She played at USC, and then I seen her a couple times, like in the off season, playing in like little pickup games. But she had a boyfriend at the time. I forgot his name, David Benjamin or Benoit Benjamin, I think his name was. He was a weirdo, but she was fine. And then, I saw her a couple times when she was in LA with the Sparks. So, but yeah, Lisa Leslie's a baller. She's a baller. So she's super tall. But that's my Thanksgiving table. What's yours? Let me know what you guys think, man. And who knows? Maybe I might do something like this. I don't know. Maybe for my shows, like who's coming to and I got this idea from a guy that I watch. He's a Cowboys, what you call it, like not a play-by-play, but he follows the Cowboys. Steel. I forgot. It's 𝐥𝐸 Sports. He runs it. I want to call him Richard Steele, but it's not. All I know his name is Steele, and he had something similar to this where it's like at the end of the week, he asks who you inviting to the cookout, and he picks like Cowboys players that did good and stuff like that. So this was kind of like I copied it a little bit, but for Thanksgiving I did this for this because I always thought about that. Who would I want at my Thanksgiving table? And then David said, he said, good table. I'm bringing the drink. So let me know what you guys think. Who is coming to your Thanksgiving Day party, right? Whether they're at the table or, in the house somewhere. And trust me, there are a lot of other people, Tiger Woods would have been there, but he doing a lot right now. So I kind of like, I kind of like just called him and said, listen, man, I would like for you to come, but you just got to chill for a little bit, bro. You just had the car accident. You good right now. But it's all good. I was thinking about LeBron, but I go back and forth with LeBron a lot, just because he's a great basketball player, but sometimes I don't agree with some of the things that he says and does. So it doesn't mean I don't like him as a basketball player. I just don't know if I would want to. He just seems fake to me sometimes, most of the time. So I don't know, man. I just think that I think the people at this table are real. I did see LeBron last night, had a great game, and then he kicked those two people out. But at this table, man, all these people I can vouch for. I don't know them personally. I don't know how I'm telling you I can vouch for them, but I don't know them personally, but I will say that these people are legitimate people that I would assume you can definitely have great conversations with, break bread with them, and share a happy Thanksgiving with them. So one last look at the table, man. We got Dak, we got Kobe, we got Jericho Prime, we got Gus Johnson, Marshawn Lynch, Lewis Hamilton, Dwayne Johnson, aka The Rock, LeVar Ball, and Lisa Leslie. That's my Thanksgiving Day table. So let me know what you guys think, man. I appreciate you. And yeah, that's it. We out. So games probably kicked off already. But listen, before I get out here, man, hey, thank you for everyone, man. It's been over a year now since I've been doing this live. And those who've been following me, you've seen the progression. You've seen when I had really nothing going on. I had like this white wall in the back. I'm just trying to step my game up, man. And I appreciate everyone. And I'm so thankful for everyone that takes the minute. Oh yeah, Rodman would have been a good one. But I appreciate everyone that has been on this journey with me, whether you're a day one follower or you just started following me and watching me now. Every follower I'm thankful for, and I appreciate that. So on this day, thank you, everyone. Happy Thanksgiving Day to you and to all you guys out there and your families. I hope you guys stay safe, be well, and enjoy today's games. Because listen, you never know, man. Life comes at you so fast, and we lose sight in a lot of things, and we have to be grateful. And I'm included as well. Sometimes I am ungrateful for some of the blessings that I have. I'm happy to have a family. I'm happy to live in this world. I'm happy to be in the community that I am, and especially with a lot of the crazy stuff that's going on in this world. I'm just glad to be here, man. And yeah, David, appreciate you, man. Have a good one. He said, have a good one, bro. Thanksgiving. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep pushing forward. You're doing a real big stay, but appreciate you, man. Go Cowboys. Yeah. So thank you, David. Thank you for all that watched today, man. Who are in the comment section. You guys know what it is. Appreciate you all. Love you guys. Happy Thanksgiving and go Cowboys. This is NFL Sunday Morning with me, Ryan Flowers. Thanksgiving Day special. Like I always say, never settle till the work is done. God bless. Happy Thanksgiving.